The ASEAN Community 2015 is a community of opportunity under three community pillars, which is Political Security Community, Economic Community, and Socio-Cultural Community. This launch of this community in 2015 also can be said as a very historic milestone and a culmination of ASEAN resilience and dynamism throughout a journey of nearly half of a century, and a sign to the world about how far and how well the ASEAN member states have achieved in coming together as one community. Moreover, it also indicated that the member state acknowledged that an integrated, stable, knowledgeable and caring community will help ASEAN nations to strengthen their economic competitiveness and attractiveness in investors, in particular during economic downturn. The three pillars of the ASEAN community, namely the first one is the ASEAN Political-Security Community, the second one is the ASEAN Economic Community, and the third one is the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. These three are the most crucial areas deemed necessary for the progress and evolution of ASEAN and its people. The blueprint of these three pillars of communities have been carefully formulated to detail specific strategic, objective, and action which intend to achieve progress and positive development in the respective area. The ASEAN community ascertained that the goals of ASEAN's founding father of improving the life of its people is reflected on the region's economic and cultural development, social progress, regional peace and security, collaboration, mutual assistance in training and research, improvement of living standard, promotion of Southeast Asian study and cooperation with regional and international organizations.
The ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community (ASCC) is one of the three pillars of ASEAN Community. ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community (ASCC) is the commitment to uplift the quality of life of its people through cooperative activities that are people-oriented, people-centered, environmentally friendly, and geared towards the promotion of sustainable development to face new and emerging challenges in ASEAN. The objective is it aims to create a common identity and build an inclusive sharing and caring society which enhancing the well-being, livelihood, and welfare of the people. The ASCC framework encompasses 6 key elements, namely human development, social protection and welfare, social rights and justice, ensuring environmental sustainability, building ASEAN identity, and bridging development gaps. Health. Provide good healthcare system. It is to ensure access to adequate and affordable healthcare, medical services and medicine, and promote healthy lifestyle for the peoples of ASEAN. The ASCC has also strengthened regional health ties for ASEAN countries in jointly preventing and controlling the spread of communicable diseases and HIV or AIDS. Then is accelerate action regarding health issues in the region through collaboration. For example, promote collaboration in research and development on health promotion, health lifestyle, and risk factors of non-communicable diseases in ASEAN member states. Then, infectious disease and HIV or AIDS awareness campaigns, and so on. Disaster, environment, and climate change. ASEAN has increased cooperation in addressing cross-border environmental challenges such as haze pollution, waste, protection of the marine environment, biodiversity protection, and climate change. The objective is to enhance regional and international cooperation to address the issue of climate change and its impact on socio-economic development, health, and the environment. For example, encourage the efforts to develop an ASEAN Climate Change Initiative (ACCI), enhance human resource development, and enhance collaboration among ASEAN member states and relevant partners to address climate-related hazards and scenarios for climate change. Education. It is to ensuring the integration of education priorities into ASEAN development agenda and creating a knowledge-based society, achieving universal access to primary education, promoting early childcare and development, and enhancing awareness of ASEAN to youth through education and activities to build an ASEAN identity based on friendship and cooperation. Then, focus through national and regional programs. For example, improve the quality and adaptability of education, including technical or vocational or skills training education in the ASEAN region, and strengthen collaboration with other regional and international educational organizations to enhance the quality of the education in the region, establish ASEAN University Games, and so on. Development and poverty reduction. ASEAN is committed to enhancing the well-being and the livelihood of the peoples of ASEAN through alleviating poverty, ensuring social welfare and protection, building a safe, secure, and drought-free environment, enhancing disaster resilience, and addressing health development concerns. ASCC also enhances productivity through framework action plan that lead to better ASCC in RDBA. As we can see, some ASEAN still underdeveloped country and some poverty in the ASEAN such as Myanmar, Cambodia, Timor-Leste. So, for example, establish an ASEAN network for family development, develop and implement an ASEAN roadmap towards realizing the UN Millennium Development Goals in consultation and other else.
The next pillar is ASEAN Economic Community. ASEAN Economic Community was created in 2015, which was a watershed moment in ASEAN's regional economic integration agenda, presenting potential ownership of a massive market worth billions of dollars and a population over a billion of people. In 2014, the ASEAN Economic Community was Asia's third biggest economy and the world's seventh largest economy. The ASEAN Economic Community Blueprint 2025, which was adopted by ASEAN leaders during the 27th ASEAN Summit on November 2015 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The outlines brought orientations for the ASEAN Economic Community from 2016 to 2025 through strategic measures. The ASEAN Economic Community Blueprint 2025 is part of ASEAN 2025. Forging Ahead Together, which also includes the ASEAN Community Vision 2025, the ASEAN Political-Security Community Blueprint 2025, and the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community Blueprint 2025. It took the place of the ASEAN Economic Community Blueprint 2018 to 2015, which was approved in 2007. By 2025, AEC Blueprint 2025 aims to achieve the vision of a highly integrated and cohesive AEC that is competitive, innovative, and dynamic, with enhanced connectivity and sectoral cooperation, and a more resilient, inclusive, and people-centered community that is integrated with the global economy. at the regional and national levels, partnership with the corporate sector, industrial organizations, and the general public will be aggressively sought and nurtured to guarantee an open and participatory approach to the integration process. Institutions will be strengthened and improved monitoring and public outreach. Strategies will be devised to help the blueprint be implemented effectively.
Okay, now I'm gonna present one of the three pillars of ASEAN Community, which is APSC, stand for ASEAN Political-Security Community. There are three key characteristics of APSC. Firstly, a community of shared values and norms based on rules. ASEAN cooperation aims at enhancing democracy, strengthening good governance and the rule of law, and encouraging and protecting human and fundamental freedoms through respect of ASEAN member states' rights and duties to eventually establish a society of common values and standards that is based on rules. ASEAN is aimed at ensuring equality between the member states and the ASEAN standards in terms of formulation and sharing, strengthening and improving ASEAN unity, solidarity and harmony, and contributing to order to have a peaceful, democratic, fully responsible, participatory and straightforward society in Southeast Asia. Political cooperation will also nurture political components and institutions of ASEAN that foster a better feeling of togetherness amongst nations in the political, cultural and historical system. By defining and exchanging norms, this solidarity across countries may be further enhanced. Secondly, a region that is cohesive, peaceful, and quiet with shared responsibility for comprehensive security. ASEAN supported the principle of integral security, which goes well further than standard safety requirements but takes into account non-traditional aspects that are critical to regional and national development, resilience, including economic and socio-economic aspect and environmental aspect, in establishing a cohesive, peaceful, and resilient political security community. ASEAN works to create confidence, avoid conflict, prevent diplomacy, and establish peace. Finally, regions that are dynamic and outward-looking in increasingly interconnected and interdependent world. In order to guarantee that the ASEAN nations and the member states live in peace in a fair, democratic, and harmonious atmosphere, ASEAN forges and maintains cordial and mutually beneficial connections with external parties. In regional and international fora, the ASEAN remains external and plays a crucial role to promote the shared interests of ASEAN under 2015 in an open, transparent, integrated regional architecture and its foreign ties. ASEAN will be the major engine behind the creation of the ASEAN Community.
Under ASEAN Community 2015, there are three major pillars which are ASEAN Political-Security Community APSC that is related to safety by advances regional peace and security by upholding the rule of law in order to make people live in safe. Second is ASEAN Economic Community AEC that is related to business, small or medium customer price and more by open market with more product options at a competitive price. The third will be ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community ASCC in an attempt to improve quality of life by shared value and cooperative initiative. All these pillars are trying to achieve ASEAN vision of an organized, harmonious and stable group which shares prosperity based aspiration to the Treaty of Amenity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia. I think that's all for me for the conclusion. Thank you very much.